Okay, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim out there teaching the truth and sincerity, you know. And basically, I'm going to bring up this topic because you have here, I'm going to bring up through the spirit. You have this guy here, so-called blood, sweat, tears, and boxing. You know, this is the guy, Mike the Hamite, who, pretty much is this on what's this guy, 14th Street homo, which I'm not even gonna call him 14th Street because he's not on 14th Street. So I'm gonna just call you the Baloo, like the elders say, brothers gave you that name, Baloo, man. But you're not on 14th Street, so I don't know why you calling yourself 14th Street Israelite, okay? But yeah, I'm gonna bring up this topic here where it says blood, sweat, tears, and boxing. He's over here scoffing at the elder, It says, in what age did you decide and you wanted to grow up and be a false prophet, right? It says, besides the Lord will return and America will be destroyed in the year 2000. Fallacy, okay? He says this, right? Now, little does this Hamite know, or Hamite, little does Hamite know that I'm gonna bring up here that the prophet Jonah, who was a prophet of the Lord, he prophesied that Nineveh, the city Nineveh, will be destroyed in 40 years, right? So I'm gonna go here. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto Jonah the second time, saying, arise, go unto Nineveh, the great city, and preach unto it, and preach that I bid thee. So Jonah arose and went unto Nineveh according to the word of the Lord. Now Nineveh was an exceeding great city of 3 days' journey. And Jonah began to enter into the city a day's journey, and he cried and said, yet 40 days, and Nineveh shall be overthrown. So Jonah said in his time, in 40 days, when he prophesied that in 40 days Nineveh was going to be overthrown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to verse 8. And it says, but let man and beast be covered with sackcloth. No, Salakia. I'm going to go to chapter 4. It says, chapter 4, verse 8. And it came to pass, when the sun did arise, that the Most High prepared vehement east wind, and the sun beat upon the head of Jonah, and he fainted, and wished in himself to die, and said, it is better for me to die than to live. And you know what, too, that goes for, everybody talking about, mainly Baloo, talking about your bitter and grumpy spirit. Well, here it is. Jonah had a bitter and grumpy spirit, all right? And it said, and you know what, too? Let me there it goes, verse 6. Verse 6, it says, and the Lord power prepared a gourd, and it made it to come up over Jonah, that it might be shadow over his head, to deliver him from his grief. So Jonah was exceedingly glad of the gourd, right? Because Jonah was in grief because Nineveh wasn't destroyed, or wasn't overthrown. All right, and after he already prophesied that, that Nineveh was going to be overthrown in 40 days. All right, so here it is. I'm gonna read on. Jump back to verse 9. And the Most High said to Jonah, doest thou well to be angry for the gourd? And he said, I do well to be angry, even unto death. Right, see? He said, I do well to be angry, even unto death. Continuing, then said the Lord, thou hast had pity on the gourd, for the which thou hast not labored, neither madest it grow, which came up in a night, and perished in a night. And should not I spare Nineveh, that great city wherein are more than 60,000 persons that cannot discern between their right hand and their left hand, and also much cattle? Right. So now it's showing here in the book of Jonah that the Most High spared Nineveh after the 40 days. All right. So the Most High actually allowed Jonah to prophesy Nineveh being overthrown in 40 days, and it didn't come to pass. So what I'm gonna do is, right, this is jump to Tobit, you know, because Tobit was one of our forefathers of the tribe of Naphtali. Okay, and he had a son named Tobias. All right, and Tobias, if you read, Tobias was told by his father Tobit to leave Nineveh, and it says here, I'm gonna read. It starts at verse 8. And now, my son, this is Tobit speaking to Tobias, depart of Nineveh, because that those things which the prophet Jonas spake shall surely come to pass. But keep thou the law and the commandments, and show thyself merciful and just, that it may go well with thee, and bury me decently, and thy mother with me, but tarry not longer at Nineveh. Remember, my son, how Ammon handled Achiacharus that brought him up, how out of light he brought him into darkness, and how he rewarded him great again, Salakia. Yet Achiacharus was saved, but the other had his reward, for he went down into darkness. Manasseh gave alms and escaped the snares of death which they had set for him, but Ammon fell into the snare and perished. Wherefore now, my son, consider what alms doeth, and how righteousness doeth deliver. When he said these things, he gave up the ghost in the bed, being 180 and 50 years old, and buried him honorably. Now Tobias, the son, buried Tobit. And jump down. Salakia. No, I'm gonna just keep going. It says, wherefore now, my son, okay, verse 12. And when Anna his mother was dead, he buried her with his father. But Tobias departed with his wife and children to Ecbatane, to regale his father-in-law, where he became old with honor, and buried his father and mother-in-law honorably. And he inherited their substance and his father Tobit's. And he died at Ecbatane in Media, being 107 and 20 years old. But before he died, he heard the destruction of Nineveh, which was taken by Nebuchadnezzar in Ashuraeus, and before his death he rejoiced over Nineveh. Right. And that's pretty much it, man. Because you just because you think you know, just because you think the elders are going off about when they went off about teaching that the year 2000 was the year, how you know that just wasn't in the Lord's plan to do that, man? Obviously it's manifest here, you know, through these scriptures that the Lord had me bring out, that the Lord obviously put it in Jonah's mind, you know, to do what? To prophesy that the destruction would come, and it didn't come. Okay, and then if I'm not mistaken, you know, I heard an elder was speaking about it, you know, and it's for me to do my own research and go further into it, Lord willing, I'll bring it out later. But Jeremiah prophesied that Babylon would be destroyed in 70 years, and it went down in 67. All right, so you don't know what you're talking about, man. All right, Baloo and Mike the Hamite, man. All right. With that, we say all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Again, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the true Akim and the faith. All right. Shalom.